I figured this deal was going to get a little bit more complicated. Was right. Yep, the Time Warner deal's gone hostile. Yeah, Paramount Skydance announcing a hostile bid for Time Warner. They're going to go directly to the shareholders with a cash-only bid at $30 a share for all of the assets. We shall see. Okay, first and foremost, the regulatory approval for it's going to take a year for them to go through this. And like I said last week, a lot of butt kissing is going to have to take place in order for this to go through. This is just how these big deals work at this point in time. Netflix and what they're doing. And again, you got to think about Netflix, pretty amazing story in of itself. Reed Hastings, now he got the idea for Netflix. He got pissed off at Blockbuster because he brought back a video late and they charged him a $40 late fee. Now, for some of you younger people watching this, Netflix wasn't always streaming. Yeah, Netflix used to be delivering you DVDs in the mail to your house. Kind of interesting. Take a look at Netflix and Amazon. Kind of started the same way. Jeff Bezos packing up books with he and his staff and shipping them off to people who ordered them. And that was what Reed Hastings and his staff did. 30 employees to stick them in envelopes and drop them in the mail. Pretty amazing. So, Warner Brothers. Netflix says they're going to continue to license some of these names, whether it be Harry Potter or DC. I mean, they got quite the library to go along with this to other platforms. I don't know if that's going to essentially be the case. I don't know why they would end up doing that with the type of consolidation that we're seeing. My concern would actually be collusion between some of these streamers saying, hey, listen, you keep your titles to yourself, we'll keep our titles to ourselves, and we'll force everybody to sign up for every streaming service out there. I'm exhausted with the whole thing, quite frankly. I don't know about you. I don't even know what I am subscribed to at this point in time. I got to do a bloody streaming audit, and I don't even watch much, for crying out loud. But most people showing their frustration. How do I watch the ball game? What channel is the football game on? Where do I watch this if you want to watch something? It has become difficult. I do know that Hulu is going away. And, well, not technically going away. Their platform is going away, and it's going to be on the Disney platform. And it's just, it's one thing after another. Funny line I want to share with you. This was back when, wasn't even that long ago, for crying out loud. Time Warner, their chief executive, Jeff Bukes, was asked, this is back in 2007, whether or not Netflix would be a threat to Time Warner down the road. And he said it was a little like the Albanian army is going to go take over the world. Well, look at that. Look what happened. Anyway, and again, Netflix, I remember their first real big show was House of Cards with Kevin Spacey. And I think that they took that away from HBO and they brought that, and it was really, first couple seasons were excellent, quite frankly. Then I think they had Orange is the New Black, and they started developing more and more. And obviously, Stranger Things, huge. I think they're streaming the last season, which just came out, broke all the records out there as far as, and I happen to enjoy that show, but neither here nor there. Do I think that quality has dropped? Absolutely. Do I think that Netflix, again, you take a look at Reed Hastings and how he's run things. He's all about shareholder value. That's the reality. He's all about shareholder value. He's going to say one thing, but if he feels that it's not going to be worthwhile to put movies into theaters, he's not going to do it. I don't care what he says. Okay, this is the reality of the terrain right now. And again, the entire industry in of itself, again, they turned into pigs. They turned into pigs. You know, you're charging $20 for freaking popcorn and $15 for, you know, you tick people off and they're like, you know what? That's it. I'm out. And then, you know, you mentioned the fact that you make these movies that are, you know, 3 hours long and there's no intermission. And, you know, can I get a break here for a second? Can I run to the restroom without having to miss 10 minutes in the movie? Yay, people get tired of it. And this is why they're continue to consume at home and nobody wants to go to theaters anymore. So in a bit of a wheelhouse right now. But interesting to have a streamer purchase a library like this. I do think that Trump administration, you got Ellison ties to Skydance, Paramount would rather have a library, two libraries come together rather than a streaming service. We shall see. Money talks in this one. Money talks, and whatever deals are going to be cut behind back to that's going to decide this. We're going to see how this plays out and how shareholder reaction is going to be at $30 a share, all cash, which is what Paramount Skydance just offered. Will Netflix have to up their offer? Will they walk away? Coming soon to a theater near you. WatchDog on WallStreet.com.